Hello and welcome back to X Alert. When you're sick of the mainstream media, find out what the people have to say. Trump's new FBI director, Kash Patel, confirms many of the so-called conspiracy theories that Americans have suspected for years.
I never believed that the CIA killed Kennedy.
No. You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
You've seen all the secret stuff?
I've seen all of that, and I've seen the 7 pages of the 9/11 report. I've seen it all.
You don't say that to people that you can't tell what you saw. Should the Kennedy stuff be released?
Yes.
Is there anything there that is like, is anybody alive that...
The problem is, the things that we can't release have nothing to do with the questions you guys are asking. That's about as far as I can go on it. But like the answers you guys want, you pretty much have them. There's very minimal stuff that can't be seen for things that you wouldn't even think are related to that.
Why can't we release them?
And you're thinking temporally, like, did it stop back then? Right? You know, the way intelligence works is you're always developing it. Where did I get that? Where did that go? Oh, hey, I found that guy 5 years ago. Let's go talk to him. Where does that get us? You know, it's a little bit bigger of a jigsaw puzzle. I mean, it's the same. Look, so the 7 pages of the 9/11 report, yes, overnight, that needs to come out. I'm telling you, that's got to go. And there will be some people that are pissed off.
I know it wasn't exactly clear what he was confirming due to FBI speak, but by saying the answers you guys want, you probably already have, he means that the answer to the impossibility of Lee Harvey Oswald shooting JFK, the answer to that is something we all already know. The CIA did it. The government killed JFK. Now, what's he implying here about 9/11? I dare not speculate, but let's just pray that those reports do come out in the early days of the new Trump administration. J.D. Vance is hard at work assuring families who have been impacted by hurricanes in North Carolina.
Things you want people in this area to see change under your administration that starts in January.
Well, I think, one, hopefully it doesn't take 45 days for this to happen. But as I mentioned earlier, Tom and Ted have explicitly asked the Biden administration to grant the FEMA waiver that would allow mobile homes to come back to this area, that would actually give people some short and maybe some medium-term housing. I mean, Tom and Ted are welcome to talk about that if they want to say more. I hope it doesn't take 45 days, but if, God forbid, it takes 45 days, that's something that is going to change immediately under President Trump's leadership. Think about it. The argument here is that you can't allow people to put mobile homes in a floodplain, in an area that has the risk of flood damage. Well, that's pretty much this entire area, an area of the state of Massachusetts. If you don't grant a waiver, you're effectively telling people they've got to move hundreds of miles away and do it 2 weeks before Christmas. It's ridiculous, it's atrocious, and we need a government that responds quickly to the needs of its citizens. So much of the frustration at FEMA, at everybody else, it's not malice. I don't believe that the officials of the Biden administration are intentionally doing bad things, but it's bureaucratic red tape, it's slowness, it's a bureaucracy that is moving at the speed of a glacier when what you need is people to respond to the concerns of the people of Western North Carolina.
Now, you might be wondering, why is the person who is not the current vice president of the United States addressing these issues, when there is a current vice president and president who could be addressing these issues, but instead they're getting wasted at Christmas parties?
Our purpose or in any way damage our spirit. We are stronger than that. And so we cannot let any moment in any way dissuade us or distract us from our strength and the good we can do. Nothing can blind us to the blessings we have and have yet to create.
That's right.
And so that is
yes.
a reminder to each of you, our friends, our family.
Let's just say America chose right this time. And in case you were wondering what everybody's favorite minor attracted president is up to these days, here's Bill Clinton's take on Hunter Biden's pardon.
This was not on my plan originally, but I thought, you know what? Everybody, we were out in the hallway, they were all talking about that, and I said, I'm going to ask the president first.
Well, I think that the president did have reason to believe that the nature of the offenses involved were likely to produce far stronger adverse consequences for his son than they would for any normal person under the same circumstances. But I would urge all of you to just look at the facts before you make a judgment and see what they're talking about and what the context is. Because I'm still reading, somebody said, well, this is just like when Bill Clinton pardoned his brother. Well, it's not. My brother did 14 months in the federal prison for something he did when he was 20. And I supported it. And he testified, told the truth about what he'd done when he had a drug problem and helped to bring down a larger enterprise. And they sentenced him, and then he served.
It's sort of surprising that Bill Clinton would be picky about pardons, considering that the Epstein list will most likely, hopefully, come out within the next 4 years. If that happens, Clinton's only chance at not dying in jail, where he belongs, will be a completely undeserved pardon by Donald Trump or Joe Biden on his last days. All right, now for everybody's favorite part of the show, Clown Corner, where we take one from the millions of clowns on X and present them here for your pleasure. Enjoy. Liberal city councilor who went nuts during a meeting because people didn't respect her as a black woman, arrested for a kickback scheme to steal taxpayer money. She was indicted for 5 counts of wire fraud, 1 count of theft. Anderson allegedly conspired with a relative on her staff in a kickback scheme with Boston taxpayer funds. She gave her relative a $13,000 bonus, who later slipped her $7,000 in cash at a City Hall bathroom. Each wire fraud count carries a max of 20 years in prison. And does this person take accountability, responsibility for her crimes against the Boston taxpayers? No, of course not.
What the do I have to do in this council in order to get respect as a black woman? I'm not afraid of anybody here. When I make a mistake, I will be clear. I don't hate you as a white woman. I don't hate you as a white man. I am sick and tired of this body so stupidly racially divided, so afraid, so depraved. People with no faith because they are afraid of they're losing their investment. They're afraid of bargaining. They're afraid of leveraging. These people have, oh my God, I can't even call you cowards because desperation deserves mercy.
Okay, that's enough of that. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.